Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Sky Factory. Now, today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be trying to get some iron, an iron sapling, and completing and creating a forge, the smeltery forge specifically. And so to get started with that, we need a lot of grout. That is the main thing that we're going to be getting this episode. As you can see, I've expanded the island a little bit since last time and gotten us some water, which isn't too difficult to process. You just need to get some rain in a cauldron, or you just crush some saplings. Not too difficult. I got this clay bucket, which is just simple. That's how I get the water. You know. Anyway, so what we need to do is, sadly, a lot of grinding. But in the end, this will all be worth it. We will get a lot of goodies because the smeltery, what it does is it doubles all the things you smelt into it. So if you put one iron amber in it, you get 2 ingots worth of metal, which is very useful, as you might imagine. And so we shall begin. Now, oh, we got a tree, lovely. Smeltery is one of my favorite modded mods actually, because it's just so convenient. Because not only can you use double ores, it also provides a lot of just useful tools to play the game with, which I like. Because you can make a lot of beginner tools. Oh, that was the wrong tool. You can make a lot of beginner tools with the smeltery. And you can also make a lot of endgame tools, because a lot of mod packs, what they do is they'll add what's the word? They'll make it so that Tinker's Construct is compatible with them, which is nice. And so you can do one example would be what's it called now? Here, it's here somewhere. I know it's here. What is it now? It's a gardening mod. I'm just going mad, aren't I? Oh, mystical agriculture. That's it. Mystical agriculture. Like that. For example, in Sky Factory, you can get supremium tools, but not just the normal ones. You can get them from the forge, and so you can make more kinds of supremium tools that actually have different abilities as the different forge materials do, which can ultimately make some very fun combos and other things. There's probably also upgrades you can do to premium, although I'm not completely sure what it is. Now, so I want to share an interesting story with you guys. So I want you to tell me if this is normal, because I'm still in high school. I'm a high school student, and I do high school online because, you know, I'm an introvert. I do not like to go in there in person. And I had this really strange time just on Wednesday, because I was there at school minding my own business, about to go into the classroom once the teacher got there, and these random girls, 3 of them, just came up to me, and just went up to me and are like, "What's your favorite part of being a freshman?" And so I said, "Well, it's been 3 years since then, but I like going to sleep at night because I don't like school that much, as you can probably see as I'm playing Minecraft." And they got excited for some reason and like screeched in that very stereotype way that hurts everyone's ears, and gave me a high five and then ran off. And I was exceedingly confused when this happened. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you like this? Can you not screech, please? But I gave them the high five anyway, and I looked at my friend Brian, and he was just as confused. Somebody please tell me if this is normal. I don't think it would work really with Brian because he is about the same as me, minus the YouTube part. But yeah, so that's something I'd very much like to know, as well as how exactly should I respond in this scenario? Because I truthfully have no idea whatsoever. But I just wanted to share that story with you guys. Well, we're grinding this out, so it's not quite as boring. Because that's probably something I should do if I want to make money off of this. And if I want to entertain you guys. Yes, that was my school day, which I found very strange. So, also, one thing I'd like to know, do you guys ever have that kind of day? I suppose that would be counted in the normal question, however. Oh. Yeah, so all in all, it was just a very strange day. Although I did get a lot of things done, so I was very happy about it. But I think I'll cut back once some more of this grinding is done, and so I'll see you guys then. Bye. And we're back. Okay, now we have enough resources, and I think we can get started on the smeltery part of this. And so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we got enough sand and gravel. I think we got too much clay. We definitely didn't need as much as that, because we can just go like this, and that is a very nice ratio that I like to see. Oh, we still have some gravel left over, and I think this will be enough grout, I am hoping, and so we're just going to go ahead and put it into the furnace, and wait. Okay, well, actually I've decided, well, this is going. We can start on the other aspects of this. So, we need a lot of things, because we need birch sapling, which we can get sand and water. This is easy enough, as you probably guess. We can put this in here. Sand sapling. Done. Get a few more, just because why not? And we need to cook that once these are done. And we also want cottonwood. That's something I would like. And tin, which we can also get later. Tin is also using the birch sapling, so I suppose we want more of one of those. Now, one thing we do need is the jungle sapling for our cottonwood. So, and we want cottonwood because it lets us get string, which is useful for a lot of things down the road. One of which is a bow. And so we need vines and a jungle sapling. And so with visit vines, that's easy enough to get. We can take a jungle sapling and turn that into vines with our handy dandy drying racks. And what else? And we need bone meal. But we mostly just need the jungle sapling. So the jungle sapling we can get with mud and a clay sapling, which is enough. We have plenty of clay saplings, and mud we get by putting with water and dirt, which is also fairly easy. Do we have any? No, we used all of those. And so we're gonna go back to planting some dirt trees. And we don't have much dirt, so one of these trees, as long as it grows, should do the trick, actually, fortunately for me. Since I don't have to cut more of the video. And there we go. This should be enough. We have plenty of dirt resin, and we did get everything we need, so we can go ahead and mine this up. And make another piece of dirt. There we go. Alright, so this has full of water, and now we have mud, so mud and clay saplings. And now we have 4 jungle saplings. Go ahead and get a drying rack, put one of those on there, and just wait a few seconds. And then we can get started on our cottonwood. Now we also need bone meal. This also not too hard to get, because we have our bone saplings. Go ahead and place all of our dirt bone. And continue the grind. Alright. Now, is this... Oh, we already have 3 bone meal. I didn't... Oh, I think that's from the tree, actually. Very possibly. Now, we have everything we need to get that. As soon as this is done, we can make our cottonwood sapling. Now, another thing we need is an acacia sapling. So the acacia sapling, for that we need apple sapling or a market. Now, we can't really get a market right now because it costs things that we don't have, like wool specifically. We don't have a way of getting wool, really. And so we need another way of that. Now, we need to get an apple sapling, which we get from planting an apple tree. Now, I have no idea how to get an apple tree. Absolutely no idea. Let's see. How do we get an apple tree? No, I know how to get water. How do we get apple tree? Apple sapling, yes. How else can we get apple sapling? It says it in the book, doesn't it? I'm just going mad. Yes. Port to cat. Yes, I know that. How do we get an acacia sapling? Hold on one moment, guys. I have to look this up because I actually have no idea. Let's see. Well, it says we need an apple. Ah, that's how I see. Okay. Well, it's actually not too difficult of a process, surprisingly. First of all, let's go ahead and make our cottonwood sapling. There's that. We're going to put that away for now, because we do not at the current moment need it. For now, what we need is this. So, with this and some handy-dandy water, we can wash off our dirt tree and get some oak saplings. And with these, we can get some lovely apples. And with the apples, we put those into a crushing tub, and it turns into apple seeds, which we can then use to make an apple sapling. Hopefully, once we get an apple at least. Until then, we can't really do much. In terms of, there we go, we got an apple, second try. That's great. It means we don't have to put up with that. So, put an apple in the crusher tub, jump on it, get an apple, and some apple juice. Apple seed, run around it, let's use some bone meal. We have bone resin, we have some bone acorns. So, does this make a bone block? I hope so. Otherwise, we might need to do some more grinding. What did I do wrong here? Oh, there we go. Bone block. Lovely. 9 bone meal. And then we can go ahead and run around this one. I'm fairly sure. No, we can't do that. Okay. Well, good old-fashioned way. Some easy bone mealing. And we can get apple saplings. Very nice. And then we just put those into some water. And we get acacia. And now we have just about everything we need to get that lovely smeltery and an iron sapling. We just have to finish up with this, and we can already go ahead and get started on the next process. Now, for this, we actually do need a little bit more sand, because we need some glass. We need glass for the smeltery, because we didn't know this. Tinker's Construct Smeltery, it uses lava as fuel, which in some cases can be aggravating, because it can be difficult to get. It is, for its cost, it's very good. Okay, and now we have enough for that. Okay. So, let's go ahead and make us another piece of sand. And this will be the next thing to be smelted. So we'll be smelting you and smelting you. And, let's see. So, to start out, we're going to make a small smeltery because we really don't have the resources to make it larger yet. So we're just going to do good old 2x2 smeltery. Little tiny thing. As you can see, it's fairly small. So we can just go ahead and surround it a little bit. Make it look a little nicer. Here we go. Okay, so now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And now we just need the completing blocks, which is also just simple. We need the smeltery controller, which is simple as that. And the last thing we need is the tank, which is what the glass is for. Now with the glass, we take that, and that is our lava container. And we also have, now we also have all that, we're going to go ahead and, first of all, I'd like to just get rid of this water in here, because it is not doing anything for me right now. What we need now is cobblestone, because if you put cobblestone into a lava cauldron with a torch below it, you can get lava, which is currently what we need to power the smeltery. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, petrified saplings, go ahead and clear out our inventory a bit. All the things that we do not currently need are going to be going in here, as we do not have any room in our inventory right now. This should do. Okay. And now that we have that done, we need more of these as well. So, let's go ahead and get started on this. Now, unfortunately, whenever you use a normal clay bucket with the lava, it sadly destroys your bucket. However, that's not the biggest problem. We will eventually get an iron bucket, and we could always make more since clay is not too hard to get. And we have plenty of it. Now to make a fired clay bucket, when you craft clay bucket, it does not start out the way it is right now. You have to put it in a furnace and fire it before you can actually hold anything with it, which makes sense, I suppose. Let's see, we have our petrified acorns, and we do have enough to make exactly the amount we need. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, once we're ready, we can get that lava. Although I'm going to leave that in there for a moment until we have enough for everything. So we're going to go ahead and actually put the sand in here now, because I want to go ahead and get started with the smeltery. And then after that, we can put one of these in, or 2, and get started with the coal, because we also need coal, and part of the coal resin specifically, to craft not tin, but iron amber. So we need coal, gravel, resin, clay, all that. And so once we do that, we can craft our, why is this in here? I don't know. Anyway, so now we have the smeltery. It's pretty small, as you can see, and we still need actually more stuff. I actually built this slightly wrong. Oh, this tree in my face. So we actually need, is it, yes, that's the one. And we do have enough grout, fortunately, to be a little bit wasteful. Okay, now we have ourselves some lovely coal saplings. And with these coal saplings, we're going to go ahead and get these planted. Don't really care too much about petrified saplings at the moment, although we'll keep doing that. Okay, so the main thing that we need that for is just the resin. I don't really care too much about getting coal at the moment, although we do get some little coal pieces, which is nice. So we need that, we need you, and we need you, and you. Is that it? Yes, that is it. And with that, we can craft our good old friend. Is that right? Iron amber, lovely. Okay, so now we have that. So once we are able, we're going to put that into the smeltery. Let me craft a pickaxe so that I can fix this, because I did it wrong. I did it a bit wrong. What's that? Just need to put a drain right here and mine out this block. Now, I would actually like to make sure when I need to pick this up in the future that it does not fall. And so, we're going to have to build a little bit below. There we go. Lovely. Because this is going to go right here. So we're just going to put that right there. Make sure that that does not fall, and then we can get rid of this water. Put it back here. Lovely. Actually, we'll probably have some going off the side just for that reason later on. Anyway, so now we get more seared bricks. We have to create a couple things. We need that and this. No, that's not it. This. No, that's there we go. Third time's the charm. So we put this here, seared faucet, and now it is ready to go as soon as we get the lava, which we also have. And so with that, the smeltery is ready. And so we can put our first subject, the iron, in there. And as you can see, it consumes a little bit of the lava. It smelts that right up. Now, at this point, we're going to need to get our acacia sapling. Put that right in there, looking all nice, so that we can burn it alive with molten metal. I'm sure it's dead sapling. Anyway, I don't think we'll feel too much pain. I'm sure. No plants are harmed in making this video. And we can expand this a little bit. So, and once we get the iron sapling, getting iron amber will be a lot easier. Which will be nice because we'll actually be able to get a normal bucket. And once we have iron, we will be able to automate things, which is very nice indeed. Now the next thing we need to get is tin. So tin amber, just simple. Just need some flint, which we actually do have. So, let's go ahead and do that. Where is this? Tin amber, lovely. What are we missing? We're missing bone resin. Do we need bone resin for that? So, we also have that. So we're going to melt up this tin as well, which melts significantly faster. And we have our first iron sapling, and then tin sapling that uses birch. We get our first tin sapling as well. And slow, there we go. And now we have both our iron and our tin sapling as well as the smeltery. And so this is actually where I think we're going to end this video, guys, because we completed everything that we needed to this time. And so I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did. And I will see you guys next time on the channel.